a little white pill that is very popular amongst women to take for years and years and years. You guessed it, it's birth control. And there, I'm sure, have been really well-known side effects publicized, let's say, for birth control, such as blood clots, or it's been linked to certain cancers, which are all very valid, no doubt. But I want to tell you about and kind of dig into a sort of a little known side effect about birth control that's not talked about a lot and why it really matters. And that is nutrient depletion. Birth control over time, yes, it prevents you from getting pregnant, but it also does a lot of things to your body and your balance, I would say. Of course, it suppresses different functions in your body. It suppresses different hormones in your body, and it also depletes nutrients in your body, which can really affect a lot of other body systems. And so I wanted to kind of break down 3 different areas that these nutrient depletions can really affect. One is thyroid function. So birth control over time can deplete zinc, selenium, and tyrosine, all which are really needed for proper thyroid function. And a lot of times when people have hormonal imbalances, they really go hand in hand with thyroid imbalances. And when your thyroid is either slow or sluggish or even overactive, it can really perpetuate these things. And this is one of the reasons why. Secondly, it can really impair your proper stress response in your body. So it depletes B vitamins and it depletes magnesium, which are 2 of the things that are used most when your body is under stress. So it really essentially, when it depletes these nutrients, it makes you less resilient to stress, which is something that we don't want, right? We all have stress in our life. We all have the need for our body to respond well to it. And when it doesn't, then of course we see a lot of other symptoms come from that and issues come from that. And lastly, it depletes vitamin C, which is needed for proper immune response. And you could kind of couple some of these together as far as immune response. You could definitely put magnesium in there with that as well, and B vitamins too. So immune and stress response are something that we need, right? We want a strong immune system. We want strong resiliency to stress and for our body to properly respond to those things. But when we don't have enough of these nutrients, it really slows down our cells, and that can kind of create a ripple effect to other issues that can really start to show up over time, right? This is really over time because birth control is something that people take for years and years and years. I was on it for almost 10 years. Probably more like, 8 to 9 years, but still that's a long, long time. And a lot of people are on it for that amount of time, for whatever reason it might be. Maybe it is prevention of pregnancy, but it could possibly be they've given it to you because you have painful periods at first, and then you stay on it for other reasons, of course. But I just want you to know these things because your doctor, unless they are just going above and beyond, which I wish they would, they probably haven't told you about any of this. And so I see a lot of women who come to me very, very burnt out. They're dealing with painful cycles. They're dealing with, maybe it's headaches, maybe it's fatigue, maybe it's they can't sleep, all of these different things that are really stemming from their body doesn't have what it needs to function, a very foundational level. And it all kind of goes back to that. And just know, getting off birth control is possible, right? Obviously there's a transition period. And if you are using it for actual birth control, then you need to find another option. But also know that that's out there. Where there's a will, there's a way, I promise. And so I think it's worth considering what this is doing to your body long term, and just really weighing the risk versus the benefits of being on something like birth control. So I just hope this is helpful to you guys. I want you to know the good and the bad. It's not always presented fairly. Whenever someone is presented with the option of going on birth control, it's really just, this is safe, this is fine, etc. And I just think the more natural we can be with these things, it's going to allow our body to function the way it was intended to, and therefore we'll have a lot less symptoms popping up, maybe acutely, but definitely over time. This is something that does happen over time, this nutrient depletion. So hope you've enjoyed this information. I just love to shed light on something like this, because this is the reason why a lot of the women that I see have really, really depleted mineral status, which is then, of course, affecting them in other ways. And so, if you can avoid this, that would be amazing. I know there's other reasons why. Obviously, we have nutrient depletion, but this is a big one. And so, I hope you've learned a little bit about that today. If you have any questions about this at all, please do not hesitate to comment below or email me or find me on Instagram. I love to have more conversation and just have that connection with people. I love that. So it's never a bother. I love to have side conversations, I guess, with you guys. So find me and let's have a chat about this. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video.